I'm so cold right now that I'm just like, let me just do this video in the best way that I know how to. The first reason of why you can't do pull-ups is because you're taking so long to pull yourself up. And because you're taking so long to pull yourself up, it makes it harder for you to do your first rep. But also the weight that you have is dragging you down. You don't seem to have enough strength, but also your diet is not consistent. And because your diet is inconsistent, your pull-ups are going to be inconsistent. The next reason of why you can't do pull-ups is because you think it's intimidating. You know, when the pull-up bar is so high, you're basically boosting yourself up. You're using more energy to pull yourself up before you actually do a pull-up. That could be the second reason of why you can't do pull-ups, because the bar is so high. Because either you watch someone else of how they do pull-ups, because they can grip the bar so differently, but also when you're looking at how other people do pull-ups, you're focused on their technique, you're seeing how they actually pull themselves up. If you can't do a pull-up, use the machine so that it can assist you, but also someone else can support you while doing a pull-up, because you need to see yourself do a pull-up so that you know what it's like when you do it on your own. And another thing when it comes to pull-ups, you need to make sure that you're wearing an outfit that motivates you to do it. So for example, I'll be going to the gym after, and by me doing this video again, it's because it just shows that I want to get my message across. Because if I have a bad video and I'm trying to give you a good message, you're less likely to see the video through to then see all the points I wanted to say to you. Another reason why you can't do pull-ups is because of your diet. It could be the weight dragging you down. You could be doing all the other exercises before you actually do a pull-up. You always leave pull-ups as the last thing that you do, and you focus on all your other exercises, but you have less energy for actually doing pull-ups. When it comes to pull-ups, you want to make sure that you have good form and good technique, and you want to make sure that you're not doing the most pull-ups. When it comes to pull-ups, it's not about doing the most pull-ups, but it's making sure that you can do one or two with good form, so that way, once you've done one or two, you're more likely to progress to 3 and 4 and so on. Because it's not about doing the most pull-ups, because you may do the most pull-ups, but your form is not really good. And you may do the most pull-ups, but you can't do it again. That's the thing. Because when it comes to pull-ups, it's about consistency, and it's about intensity over time, where you could do weighted pull-ups. But I'm not going to talk about that for now, because even I can't do that. And another way of how you can progress is like wide grip pull-ups, because I can't do that one either. But I can do normal pull-ups, which is very important. You can wear gym gloves to help you do the pull-ups and to help you with your grip. But also you want to make sure that you do what's best for you when it comes to pull-ups, because there's no right way of how to do it, but there is a wrong way of how to do it. Because you don't want it to be that you're doing all these advanced moves, but you can't really do like the basics. So that's what I mean by doing it the wrong way. Because the right way of doing pull-ups is making sure that you do the least amount of reps, but you have good form. And then over time, you just progress. Because I'm going to say this, when it comes to wider grip pull-ups and weighted pull-ups, those are for people that can do over 10 pull-ups. And I'm saying this because you don't want it to be that you're trying to do wide grip pull-ups, you're trying to do weighted pull-ups, but instead you haven't got enough strength to do that, and you haven't got enough energy to really be doing that as well. And that's what I wanted to say, because you don't want to jump straight into that until you actually master the basics. And it's not about doing the most reps, but instead you want to focus on doing controlled reps, where your reps are like in good form, you have good technique. And before you're going up and down on like pull-ups, you want to make sure that when you're going up, it's because you're pulling yourself up, and it's not because you're like forcing yourself up. But also when you're bringing yourself down, it's because you're doing it in a slow and controlled way. I'm walking over to the pull-up bar, and earlier I was so cold because when I did this video before, my hands were actually like really cold, my eyes were like tearing up. But I just wanted to show you something, because wide grip, okay. I can't seem to do one. Okay, come on. Wide grip. One. And I just wanted to say that when it comes to pull-ups, you should just do that first. Master how to grip it. You need to pull yourself up as well. For example, as a beginner, if you can't do any pull-ups, focus on doing as many as you can. Ignore what I just said before. You want to make sure that when you're able to do 2 pull-ups, that next time you do 2 pull-ups but you have good form, and then you're able to move on to 4 pull-ups, and then you move on to 4 pull-ups in good form, and then so on. The last thing that I'm going to say is thank you for watching this video if you made it this far. And I just wanted to say, I know that it shouldn't matter too much, but the reason why sometimes I have tears in my eyes, sometimes I'm blinking too much, is because I'm either nervous, and from what I've gathered today, I seem to be like really cold. So that's why you see I have my hood up. If you're new to the video, you can like, you can comment, and by commenting, you're helping other people of what they can do better. You're helping me so that I can help you back. And we're all trying to help each other wherever we can.